everybody, it's Cassie and Chris. We are back with SONday Chronicles. This is episode 17, and we have entitled this, How Bad Do You Want It? So Chris is going to go ahead and talk about what it is, and just kind of see where it goes from there, and Chris will be doing this by himself.
No, I'm not.
Well, I'm just not in front of the camera, so go ahead, Chris.
I felt compelled today to talk about how bad do you want it.
Well, what is it? What do you mean?
I suppose the number one thing is to do is to define it.
Okay, so what is it?
It. Would you agree that there are probably, everybody has a different it?
When you first said how bad do you want it, the first thing I thought of was defining success. Like, to you, what is success? Because for a lot of people, it is how successful am I? What is successful to me?
Is it success?
Well, what's the definition of success?
How do you define success? I would think there's only two ways.
What do you think?
Rich and famous, inner peace.
I think on a broad, like an overview of it, yes, that's probably true. But I was going to say, I think success. Well, success. This is why I wanted to.
This is what I wanted to talk about it. A lot of people I see want to be rich and famous for no fucking reason.
It's just to be rich and famous.
But I mean, why?
Because they want the attention.
They want the attention
if they don't want to use their.
But
being famous, you can use it for so many things. Meaning, you're in the spotlight, so you can go behind a good cause.
Being famous isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Well, I'm sure, but what I'm saying is, there's two ways to go about.
How can you want to be famous for nothing?
Well, Paris Hilton did it. Kim Kardashian did it.
Yeah.
Well, she was famous for something specific, but. I mean,
I'm saying no purpose. So people, what's that quote about? Quit making stupid people famous.
Yeah, I think it's Plastic Jesus is the guy's name on Instagram. I know he's an artist, like a street artist, and his big campaign thing is stop making stupid people famous.
So
people become famous because of the people supporting them.
Right.
So America, again, look at where, I mean...
So what is...
Reality stars are
fame is,
the president.
Fame, yeah. I guess that would go into the two different worlds. You've got famous people in this
famous
world.
People without purpose. It's famous people without purpose, and then well-known people with purpose. Or the whole other end of the spectrum is... Going back to success, I think, is... Some people, to have a happy family and a healthy family is success. They've done it.
Yep.
Other people want more.
Yeah.
And either way is perfect. Either way is great. Whatever you...
You have to have all of them. So...
Some people are driven to fulfill a purpose that they truly know in their heart that's above and beyond what's ever expected of them. That's
I like the healthy family.
That could be success.
Success.
That is success.
That's super success to me. I think a lot of people. I'm glad you brought that up. So, how bad do you want it? Success, happy, healthy family.
I think that even fits in. It's the same process, because when you want something,
automatically
you're following your heart. You're going to be given everything you need to fulfill that. So, if your it in your life is to be a good father, have a healthy family, then you're going to be given situations where you have to make the right decision or work through things in order to
become strong.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Get to that point. I think people...
And everyone's specific purpose.
I think when this hit me today, I didn't really think about that. How bad do you want it? A lot of people get lost in... I mean, some people want to be the coolest guy at the bar. Mm-hmm. That you know...
And that defines them. That's all they are.
Yeah, that defines that person. Some people want to be the strongest people at their gym.
But to me,
I
don't see for them it could be, but I don't see purpose with that necessarily, because again, we've talked in previous...
Is that more feeding ego?
I think so, because we've talked in previous episodes. If you really think about it and look around, I feel when people really follow their heart with their sole purpose, it's going to help others, because we are made to do that.
Mm-hmm. What is the thing? Some people want the United States of America conservative and white. And I thought about this today.
Well, yeah,
Imagine that without, imagine America not being what it is. We're a pool of everybody. But then I thought about the flip side. What if they got their wish? I mean, what if that group of people define that as success? It's strictly money. But I think when you get to the money aspect of
that's how Hitler defined success.
Yeah, Hitler defined success. Yeah, that's it. And
so that's what's scary, but I think the power of love and compassion overpowers that darkness. And so I think it shuts down. Yes, people want that, and that's what's messed up, but it's because they're themselves.
I just don't see how that can last, though. I like what I would think would be cool is if everybody flipped that script. Like, I see success as the entire world getting an opportunity to be their best at whatever they want to be, and not having to worry about the rest of that.
And that's like a utopian society. that's
Don't
where
you
can be creative. Yes,
yeah, I would think that was probably the way it should have been intended. Like, if it was my board game and I said, okay, everybody, you each have your specific thing. I love the success, a happy, healthy family. That right there is just, I think if you go any above and beyond that you don't necessarily have to.
No, and I think
because happy, healthy, you've got the income coming in, you've got this, you've got that, you've got all of your needs met. Is that being selfish? Whoa. Think about that for a second.
It depends how you define that, because some people are aware of this collective conscience and helping the world, and others grow, and others are not. But I think it's not, because if you're raising a child consciously, they're going to go out, they're going to be that spark.
Change the world, change yourself. Yeah. So if you're working on yourself during that entire time, then you're doing humanity a favor. That's why I wanted to talk about this. I wanted it to get a little confusing so I could better understand it.
And just do it live.
Yeah, just
all right.
and make mistakes and be vulnerable. I think that's important for everybody, to laugh at yourself.
Well, it's a process of learning yourself and not really giving a shit what others think.
And
that's something we've come to learn big time.
Yeah, I think that goes a lot with, like, for example, we talk about our purpose, but you have to. What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? I mean, I think the first step is to define it.
And when we say, I think what Chris is kind of getting into with how far do you want to go? If you want to truly find your purpose, you have to know who you are. It's back to square one, like we've talked about so many times, meaning you have to look within, look at your demons, if you want to call it that, look at your not so nice feelings, look at all these things. Yeah. That's how bad do you want to know what you're here for? Is what it really comes down to. Because, and some people don't want to ever seek that, and that's okay. But it's cool. I almost feel like it's a nature thing with us to want to know why.
Can I use the word innate?
Yes, that's what I was going for, but I didn't know if it was the right time to use.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's kind of in us to want to know that, because the moment you are able to omit the external. You start to notice, okay, you're more aware of yourself. And
this is a lot more fucking interesting than I thought it was going to be.
So that to me is how far do you want, or how bad do you want it? Meaning, how much do you want to look at yourself? Are you willing to be vulnerable? Like you said,
Yeah.
because that takes vulnerability to look at yourself and
Takes courage.
and face yourself. That it's the travel from the head to the heart.
Like we talked about last time.
So, how bad do you want to have it, whatever it may be? Because also along with that, and we can sorry if I'm going all over the place, but also with that, thoughts are things you can manifest. So if in order to clearly manifest something, you have to know who you are. You have to know that the power is within you to do these things.
We got to truly believe.
You have to truly believe it, and that all goes
And
down to
and
you. Have
another
to know
thing,
who you are.
you've got to silence the mind. Stop manifesting your fears.
Because that's what really is happening. We look at America, we look at the world. This is all based on that collective conscious manifesting fears. Negative thoughts, hatred, all these things have
manifested
birthed
themselves
this.
into what it actually is. But that's going away. We discussed that. So it's just define success, define it.
What is it for you? What
is
your
it for
purpose?
that
It's
specific?
back to
Yeah,
that.
back to purpose. But to get to purpose, you have to silence the mind.
And confronting your purpose is scary in a way, I can imagine, because it's almost like
Fuck, I have to do that.
This is what my heart makes me feel good, and other people may not like it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to be successful because I'm nervous at this point. But when you find your purpose, you know
you
have
have that divine guidance that's going to be walking with you.
But I think that's a big part. Again, all comes back to knowing yourself, because it's a big step. So even
we've addressed, you can do it the selfish route, and you can do it the selfless route. Selfish route, you're on your own. Right?
Expect to tumble and it hurt.
It's a confusion. It's kind of like, fuck it. I'm gonna go.
And when you're following your purpose,
you get everything that you need.
Selflessly, you may have tumbles also. However, you're going to be given what you need
One
to recover
is
from it.
Clamp on and control. The other is let go, project, allow to happen, deal with the circumstances, because each one of those things are going to teach you. Raise your vibration until you actually meet that purpose and it's finally presented.
And that's the selfless route.
Selfless route, yeah. The other way is the selfish route. You can make $1 billion and become president. You really can. It's the selfish route of control, trick, like manipulation.
But you could also become a president and be selfless.
Yeah.
As much as you can, and how fucked up the government probably is in controlling all that stuff. However,
we've had some selfless presidents. We've had some selfless leaders.
So you can.
You can do it both ways. Yeah.
I brought up
I use the president of the United States because everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows who that is.
We talked about this earlier too. It's like, okay, so what about the people though who are going out and just selling something for profit and they know people are getting hurt? Like, that's obviously
I think that's
selfish.
shitty.
That's obviously selfish. But to them, if their perception is that I can't imagine having their perception be that I'm doing something good when they're like hurting kids or hurting animals or doing whatever. But the money's worth it more. Like, what do you? I don't think
the heart is there. It's all mind. Just like we talk about, they're nowhere near this area. They're really far from the source, and it's consumerism. The only thing they give a fuck is about the money.
And destroying stuff on everyone in the process.
Yeah, and destroying planet Earth, etc., etc., etc. There's no purpose involved in that. I don't see a purpose in going to destroy a rainforest.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Not a true divinely given purpose. You're God's reason for being here.
It's God complex or divine purpose.
Yeah, I like that.
Selfish, selfless, ego, heart, empathy. So how bad do you want it? I think it defines your purpose.
Well, we talked about
what are you willing? I wanted to cover this. Are you willing to let go
and not care what others think?
I'm talking about let go. Let go of life.
Yeah. Detach yourself completely.
Yeah.
This is a good time to start detaching too. It's a lot of
let go or be dragged.
A lot of,
yeah.
it's a balance too at the same time.
A lot of people want to clamp onto that shit and control every fucking movement.
You're not in control.
And you're not in control.
And when you figure that out,
and
it's
do
like,
it by yourself. Yeah, you're going to be doing that by yourself.
Yeah.
The divine plan, you let go, project what you want, get a version of that, deal with each particular one, grow from those experiences, and eventually that purpose comes, and then you get to continue to be creative. I see one side as a creativity side, and then another side as a consumerism side.
One's an imitator and one's an innovator.
Yeah. I wrote something the other day.
Creativity.
Yeah. Are you an innovator?
Imitators
or are you an imitator? Every industry out there I see sells imitation.
Not everyone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of them, whether it be fitness.
Yeah.
I said this a long time ago, but fitness has become a sickness.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all the physical, it's all of that. None of this. That's where we come in.
That's why we have sun-minded body.
Yeah, sun-minded body. That's when I was told my purpose. I knew it was a complete package. It's, mind right, body right.
Because if your mind isn't right, your body's going to be shit. Something's going to happen. Not necessarily shit, but I mean, you're not going to feel good, which it's.
I think if your mind's right, you're able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're able to.
And you're not so obsessed. You're not so. You miss a day at the gym, you're not going to have a freak out.
You've got other things to do in life besides the gym.
Yeah.
But
it's balance again.
It's a complete balance. I think that you're. Innovate or imitate. Imitations, you're seeing a lot more innovators though.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Every fucking day somebody, it's blowing from alternative energies to alternative governments. There's some cool shit happening there. To name some other big things.
But your point's made.
Innovate or imitate.
And we're gonna start seeing a lot more innovators. A lot more because people are becoming conscious. In order to be a true innovator, you have to be in touch with who you are. You have to be in touch with your soul self. You have to go from your heart. To
be number one, you must be odd. You got to be a little different.
And you're probably going to freak some people out.
Sure.
And people are confused by you, but that's how they feel you.
Yeah.
That's why, and they don't know what that's like to actually feel.
They're like, this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. Yeah. That's where that phrase comes in. It's like, okay. And it's authenticity. You've read this a bunch of times. If you're authentic on your path, you make room for others. And, I feel that's essentially what we've kind of done in the fitness game. It's kind of like we've had to knock down so many goddamn doors and then be knocked down at the same time, and then get back up and knock down doors and knock down stereotypes and knock down these things to finally get our point across. And I think it's just an example, but you're going to see a lot of other people in a lot of other fields doing that same thing. A lot of young people these days.
It's young. It's because conscious parents have raised conscious children. We're coming into that now, and the old ways are going.
The indoctrinated way, during my generation, your generation as well. And
it's still going to be there in every
generation. It'll be there, but you know what? It's going to be. It's not going to be cool.
We're coming out of those dark ages. We're coming into the golden age.
And when these children are allowed to follow their purpose and be free, you're going to start to see a bunch of really interesting things happening, I think.
And if you notice a lot of these innovators, what is happening, it's all to help the environment. It's all to help people, humanity, stop crimes from happening. It's all these things that are beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
Because they're following their heart, because they know who they are and they've listened to their heart. As scary as it might have been to listen to your heart, as scary as it is to
stand up,
let people go and stand up alone, and it's and so that's the whole point of why we even start talking about this. Is how bad do you want it? You're gonna have to face yourself
Yeah.
and others, and let those people go, and let yourself go, and then find yourself. And
Let life go and allow that
it's a
shit
process.
because it's gonna, the moment you're ready, it's gonna start handing you things. Take care of this one. All right. That was
Different
tough. Yeah,
situations.
take care of this one, take care of this one. And you're gonna learn specific things throughout each one of them, and then one day.
So it's almost like if this is happening to you, and
Yeah.
you're going to get synchronicities, you know, like with the times, 11:11, 12:12, things repeating throughout the day that catch you off guard almost. And if it seems like Chris just said, you're going to be given this and it's a tough situation, have to let it go or have to work through it, have to fix yourself, do this. It means you're on the right path.
Yeah. If it's hard, you're on the right path.
Yeah, it's not.
Anything handed to you, or, I mean, baby's up.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, how bad do you want it? Define it. It's most likely your purpose. And like Hassie brought up, some people's purpose is a healthy, happy family, and I think that needs to be stressed more. I think that's a beautiful purpose. And everything that goes in between that up into Richard Branson at Virgin Mobile, that billionaire status. How do you define success? Inner peace, or material? What is your message to the world? If you're bringing your purpose, is it look at me, or is it I'm cool, And
basically, if it's I'm back. Hi. If it's look at me, you're probably hitting your head against the wall over and over again. Things just aren't.
You're in that.
What
this one
the
right
want
here.
and desire.
You may have a lot of money, and good for you. I'm very happy for you.
We use money as an example because that's what we're talking about. This type of success. It's looked at as money and material.
Hey, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Money is a tool, and I'm going to have a lot of it because I have a lot of things that we're going to do. But it's going to flow through me.
Yes. Again, it's not that latching onto the money.
Yeah, money is energy. Everything is energy, and that's another thing. If you're clamping onto it, it's going to slowly go away. Selfish or selfless, and innovate. Are you an innovator or imitator? I want to touch on this. I'm going to watch this and see how goofy it was, and then
kind of goofy,
but I think we've kind of got some things out, and then if we need to touch on something specific, we'll do it again.
We threw a lot of topics out there, so I'm sure we're going to revisit a lot of these again.
Yeah.
Maybe individual episodes.
This is just one of those ones we wanted to freestyle and kind of get the initial message out, and then we'll if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. So, peace out.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.